Hello, I am Tara. This is my mom Jill. We wrote the Dining on a Dime cookbook, Eat Better, Spend Less. Today we are talking about using cash versus credit cards at the grocery store. So the specific question was, do you use cash or credit cards at the grocery store? I'm afraid if I use cash, I will run out of money buying groceries. Mm-hmm. So, what's your 2 cents, Mother?
Oh, my 2 cents, huh? Well, first of all, we used to always just use cash. You didn't use a credit card, and we seemed to manage somehow, But there's a couple different ways you can do it. You need to know your prices. You need to become knowledgeable. People need to start I'm just pushing this all the time. You need to start thinking and learning your prices so that you'll have a general idea before you go to the grocery store of how much you can spend and what the items are that you're going to be buying a little bit. Tara uses a calculator, right? You take a calculator and she'll add it up as she goes along. So then she has a better idea of what she's going to be spending. I would use my brain as I would go. Sorry, I had to just say that. I couldn't resist it.
My mom used to use a
clicker thing. So you could do stuff like that. But if you're really worried, it will take practice, especially if you're newly married or younger or something. It does take practice, and after a while, you kind of learn what the prices are and how much certain amounts cost. So while you're doing this, some other things you can do is, get a general idea. If you think you're going to be spending, say, $125, then you can maybe take $175 cash with you. Another thing is, if you think you're going to pay $125, you can take the credit card, because I know it'd be embarrassing not to have enough money when you get ready to pay. So take the credit card with you, and then if you do happen to run out, add the extra stuff onto the credit card if you need to, just till you get, more regulated on what to do. There's nothing wrong with that, to use the credit once in a while for some card once in a while like that, But and another thing you can do too, if you do want to use a credit card, set aside that cash. Mm-hmm. Say, I want to spend $125 and try to stay as close to it as you can. Use the credit card. And then you'll have that money at least set aside. And go ahead, Tara. I can tell.
It is okay to put things back if you can't afford them.
Well, yeah.
If you get up there and you're saying, I want to spend $150 and it's $175, pick out 3 or 4 things or however many and give them to the cashier and say, I'm sorry, I don't have enough money to buy these things.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed about that. Stop being embarrassed about your money. I quit being embarrassed a long time ago. Yeah. I don't have enough money. I don't have that much money. Yep. It doesn't bother me. That doesn't make me any less of a person because I don't have the same amount of money as somebody else. I'm just, so.
And make sure you're shopping sales, not buying things like fruit snacks and soda and steak.
But all that you do ahead of time. You get that planned out a little bit. I have a grocery list a lot of times, a general idea in my mind what I'm going to be buying. And I know the prices. When you're first starting out too, I don't usually make a lot of lists and keep a lot of planners. But when you start out, you might want to say, okay, bread is this amount, milk is this amount, and keep a little list running.
Yeah, and on your shopping list, write down the price of the food, and then just add it all up.
Add it up.
In case you guys don't know this little trick, how I do it is if I write it down next to there, I add up all the dollars first. Don't add it up right to left like we normally do. I add it up left to right. So I add up all the dollars first. Then I go in and pick out full dollars in the cents. So like if there's 25 cents, 30 cents, and 45 cents, there's another dollar. Mm-hmm. So I'll say I have my $25 over here. So there's 26. Here's another 4, 27, whatever.
Yeah.
That's it takes me like 30 seconds to add everything up.
It's basic math.
But most people don't know how to do this. So that's why I was like, I didn't know that nobody knew how to do this.
I understand what she's talking about, because I used to think, okay, am I going to have enough money? Because we didn't have credit cards, and you'd have to do years ago a lot more figuring to make sure when I went.
Or an easier way to do it is I mean, if you're just down to the pennies, do it that way. But an easier way would be to just round up.
I was going to say, I
To the
never
next-
did like Tara.
yeah.
If it said $1, say 50, I would just automatically say $2.
Yeah, because then you're covering your tax and all of that.
That way I'm surely covered. And that's what I was
So,
going to say next. Yeah.
Either way of those is totally easy.
But if you're
yeah.
really nervous and scared, at least you're paying a majority of the money in cash and just a little bit of leftover on the credit card. That's better to do than put everything on the credit card.
And it is okay to put things back and add it up as you go along.
Yeah.
So that's our tips. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook to help you eat better and spend less. And visit us at livingonadime.com.